We are starting our adventure off in a magical forest called the Evarrian. The Evarrian grew centuries ago in a time long forgotten. The original race of the magical forest, the Alfei, came shortly after. Beyond the leaves, the world grew. Other races developed, other creatures were created. Eventually, many of these races and creatures flocked to the sanctuary of the enormous trees and made Evarrian their home. The Alfei welcomed these settlers into the forest and helped them establish camps, villages, and eventually the tribes that they call clans. For a while, the outside world and the forest lived in total harmony. But then, after a measure of peace, those beyond the leaves began to hunger and envy the magical forest. They began to preach hate and fear, claiming the forest was evil and that it had to be destroyed. The nearby cities beyond the leaves grew bolder and began to burn the trees. Those who live in Evarrian fought back and war broke out. The war lasted 3 long years until the ruling clans decided upon drastic measures to save their home. Many of the Alfei sacrificed themselves in a massive magical ritual that spurred the growth of the forest. It grew faster and faster until it had completely overtaken the nearby cities and wiped them out. Now, finally, the forest is safe from outside threats. However, the seclusion of the Evarrian is ripe for conflict, and conflict they shall have.
Dun, dun.
Our adventurers started off in the town of Waterdeep, all lone rogues just hanging out, not literally the class rogues.
Well, I'm a rogue.
Yes, you're a rogue.
Yeah, I'm a rogue.
Yeah.
Literal rogue.
But mostly just
I'm like
lone
a figurative
wolves.
rogue. Yeah.
Yes. Lone wolves in the city doing their own thing until they were all summoned mysteriously by one of the Waterdavian nobles, a woman by the name of Alessia Jardeth. She tasked them with a quest to seek out the Evarrian forest and to bring her back proof of it, a special flower, a purple flower that is only grown in Evarrian. She set them up with an ancient artifact, aka an actual creature named Artem, who was from the Evarrian originally. And with Artem's help, they found their way to the Evarrian and have just settled in there, but now have learned that it might not be so easy to leave now